At Capy just wanted a coffee. A small one. The cheap one. The kind you grab without thinking. The kind that costs almost nothing. He walks up to the counter, looks at the board, and he already knows what he wants. Then he sees the prices. Small, $3. Large, $7. And right there in the middle, a medium, $6.50. At Capy stops. Because something doesn't add up. The medium is $6.50. The large is $7. That's only 50 cents more, for a whole size bigger. And his brain lights up, quietly, warmly, like it just found something clever. Why would anyone buy the medium? You'd be crazy. For 50 more cents, you get the large. That's not spending more. That's winning. At Capy feels smart. He didn't just buy a coffee. He spotted the deal. He beat the menu. "Large, please," he says, proud, a little smug. He walks away holding a cup bigger than his own head, money gone from his wallet, feeling like he just outthought the whole coffee shop. What a deal. But at Capy didn't beat anything. The medium did exactly what it was built to do. Here's the thing about that medium coffee. Almost nobody buys it. The shop knows almost nobody buys it. It loses them money to even list it. So why is it there? It's there for at Capy. It's there for you. That medium isn't a product. It's a tool. It has a name, and a maker, and a job. And its only job is to make the large look like a gift. Behavioral economists call this the Decoy effect, or, by its colder name, asymmetric dominance. Stay with me because it's simpler than it sounds. When you put two options in front of a brain, the brain struggles. Small and cheap, or large and expensive. Hard, real choice. It takes effort, and it might walk away. So someone adds a third option, a decoy, an option that's clearly worse than one of the others, but only one of them. The medium is almost the same price as the large, but you get less. So next to the large, the medium looks pathetic. And by making the medium look pathetic, the large suddenly looks brilliant. You're not comparing large to small anymore. You're comparing large to the decoy, and the large wins. Every time, by design. Dan Ariely, a behavioral economist at Duke, proved this with a magazine subscription. He showed people three options from The Economist: online only for $59, print only for $125, and print plus online, also $125. Look at that for a second. Print alone and print plus online cost the same. Why would print alone even exist? Nobody would pick it. And nobody did. 0 people chose it. But it wasn't there to be chosen. It was the decoy. With it on the page, most people picked the expensive print plus online bundle because next to the useless print-only option, it looked like a steal. Ariely then removed the decoy. Same 2 real options. And people flipped. Most chose the cheap one. The expensive bundle collapsed. 1 fake option. That's all it took to move a room full of smart people from cheap to expensive and make every one of them feel clever doing it. Now go back to at Capy at the counter. He thinks he made a choice. He didn't. The menu made it for him. The medium was a hand on his back, gently pushing. The whole time he thought he was walking on his own. And here's the worst part, the part that should sting a little. At Capy didn't even want a large. He wanted a small. He came in for a small. He left with the biggest cup they sell, money gone, feeling like he won. When all he did was follow a path someone drew for him. The decoy didn't help him decide. It decided for him. And it let him take the credit. At Capy isn't stupid. He has a human brain, built to compare things side by side, in a world that didn't used to fill the shelf with fake options on purpose. His brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. Someone just learned how to aim it. And right there, holding a coffee he didn't want, At Capy sees it for the first time. He looks back at the menu, and now he can see the gears. The medium isn't a size, it's a lever. The deal wasn't a deal. It was a fence built to steer him toward the gate someone wanted him to walk through. And once you can see the decoy, it stops working. So here's how at Capy walks in next time. First, he decides what he wants before he looks at the prices. Small coffee? Done. The choice is made before the menu gets a vote. Second, he looks for the option almost nobody would buy, the one that makes a more expensive option look like a bargain. That option isn't for buying, it's there to push. So he ignores it completely. Third, when he feels that little spark of what a deal, he stops and he asks one question, not what's the best value here. The menu controls that question. He asks, what did I actually come in for? At Capy steps back up to the counter. He sees the medium. He sees the trick. He almost smiles. Small, please. He quietly takes his small coffee, the one he wanted the whole time. He walks out. The extra money stays in his wallet. On to green. No deal beaten, no game won. Just the exact thing he came for and nothing he didn't. The best deal on the menu was never meant for you to buy. It was meant to move you. Next time, the very first number you see decides every number after it, and you never even notice it happen. That's the anchor trap.